Makes you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine. Even if you call me.
So we gearing up for the Flash to release this weekend. And y'all already know how I feel about it. The Flash will not be getting any of my money because, I refuse to give money to Hollywood if they're going to promote Ezra Miller while claiming that Jonathan Majors needs to be replaced. This guy is a convicted criminal. Jonathan Majors is not yet. We'll see what happened with Jonathan Majors. But after a year plus of tabloid headlines about Ezra Miller, Warner Brothers DC COVID delayed $200 million Justice League standalone superhero movie, The Flash, finally arrives in theaters. The overseas opening looks better than the domestic. 155 to 165 million to 70 million in US. Now that's misleading. They're trying to say that it's going to make 155 million overseas plus 70 million in the US. That is not. No, that's not happening. But we'll see. I mean, I could be wrong. 70 million is a lot more than what we expected. Remember, uh, um, they were looking at around 55 to 60 million coming in. Despite a very good response out of CinemaCon and DC co-boss James Gunn exclaiming that this pick is probably one of the best superhero movies ever made, along with reports of how the movie is ready to reset the DC verse, The Flash has been sitting around 70 to 75 million on tracking for quite some time. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. What I'm surprised at, and I got to give the media some credit. I'm surprised at how quickly or how recently they've been dragging Ezra Miller's name in the mud. The Flash hits theaters after years of hype and accusations against Ezra Miller. I'm surprised to see this. I got to give NBC some credit. I was fully expecting them to ignore this. He's LGBTQ. He identifies as non-binary. Uh, he must be protected at all costs. But apparently, not so much. After nearly a decade in development, The Flash is finally speeding into theaters this weekend. The Warner Brothers Discovery feature arrives at a time of significant change at the company, and after a string of legal controversies for its star Ezra Miller, with a predicted opening in the range of 75 to 85 million, The Flash is expected to be a welcome box office contribution to DC Comics franchise. In addition to Miller, it features a Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck reprising their Batman roles from earlier films. Blah 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 blah. There were fears that the film may never see the light of day after Miller, who goes by the pronouns they and them, made headlines in 2020 for a video that showed them appearing to violently choke a fan. Further incidents of impropriety escalated in 2022 when Miller was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct and harassment at a karaoke bar in Hawaii. Miller was also accused of grooming minors. Last year, Miller admitted that they had gone through a time of intense crisis and would undergo treatment for complex mental health issues in the way of being charged with felony burglary in Stamford, Vermont. Miller ultimately avoided jail time with a plea deal struck in January. Now, as I said before, this movie will not be getting any of my money, and quite frankly, I'm a little bit disappointed in America that during this Pride Month thing, uh, while you guys are boycotting Target and you're boycotting Bud Light, and now you're going after Call of Duty and things like that, that you've been so quick to forget that a guy like Ezra Miller literally choked the fan. I was pretty sure he hit a woman with a chair, but that might have been something else. Don't quote me on that. But I'm quite disappointed that people are forgetting that and forgetting the fact that he got off no jail time and he was able to defer to mental health issues while a guy like Jonathan Majors is facing absolute cancellation, and this guy gets to appear in this film with no problems whatsoever. I thought that America would be more aware of that, but perhaps they just need to be reminded. I don't know. Me personally, um there's no way I'm giving my money to this movie. Uh, and admittedly, you know, I was looking for the movie to fail because I just don't believe that a person he should be able to, you know, be on red carpets and do whatever. Because if it was me, if I choked a fan, if Jonathan Majors was seen choking a fan, there would be no way this movie would see the light of day. But you know, I digress. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so you can get further content. We're switching up.
Let's go, let's go.